Okay, I think today's Tuesday. Just like a Friday. Okay.
What do you see from Green Bay's run defense? It seems like they've gotten even better in that department.
Yeah, playing really, really well. Look, they've been playing well. I mean, they have, really, all season, and nothing has changed. They're still, they attacking style defense. You know, we talked about Clark there in the middle and Slade and those guys and Gary and, they got a good crew, man, and they really got a two deep that get in there and play hard. They're physical, finish on the football, and of course, Quay back there, in that secondary, So it's just a good group, man. They're sound, they play hard, and that usually leads to good run defense.
The opportunity to get a couple of takeaways the other day, didn't get them. It's two straight games without them. How do you sort of get back? Why haven't they been there, and how do you sort of get back to that?
We just continue to emphasize it, man. We're so close, and and that was been a point of emphasis this week. Things we've talked about in practice. We got some yesterday, which was good. And we know that'll be a pivotal part of this game. As any game, we got to take care of the football and offense, defense. We got to come away with them if we get our hands on them. So, we just emphasize it, keep working it.
The added responsibility that's been put on Jack's plate recently, what makes him more equipped to handle that now than maybe this time last year?
Well, he's more mature. He's older. He's more developed. Time on task. Game slowed down for him. And so, and then on top of that, he was always a pretty headsy player, pretty smart, instinctive guy. And so with that, that's bode well for him. He's got a ton of reps, man, 2-year period, that's good. So, he's kind of the guy, the more you put on him, the better he gets, I feel like. He's one of those. So, he's doing well right now. We're going to ask a lot of him again.
The job you signed up for, but we've talked about it previously, the 4 games in 18 days. What kind of strain was this on you and your staff? And is it a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel to get to this one, to get to the next tunnel, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have a chance to catch our breath after this one. It goes without saying, it puts a strain on, it does. It puts a strain on you, but yet Green Bay's going through the same thing, so... it doesn't matter. It's about really who handles it better, and so we know that's what we're tasked with. And no matter what, we got to put together a really good game plan and have something our guys can get a hold of and can succeed in. That's what we're tasked with, and I feel good about that again.
Dan, you said you can't worry about.
I'll come to you next.
So okay, you can't worry about injuries, obviously, others, but because of your culture and your system and the staff has been continuous, does it make it almost you more comfortable handling everything that's being thrown at you guys because of what's in place?
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, to your point, the continuity of the staff, we've been together so long, and then really the core pieces that we still have. Let's not forget, we got BB, we got Branch, we got Jack, we got Aleem. We've got Zedarius, who's new, but yet he's been here for a while now. You got Carlton, you got TA, Amik. So, I mean, we've got, we got plenty going on here. O'Connor, the extra pieces that come in, they got plenty of guys who understand what we're trying to get done around them. Plus, this coaching staff has done a great job. We've been burning the midnight oil, getting these guys up to date and getting them ready to go, and they're football players. So, we're gonna let them cut it loose.
Every coach wants their team to be resilient, and this team has won 10 games. This team has won 10 games in a row, despite all the injuries and obviously a challenging stretch of games that we're in the middle of right now, close to the end of. Do you feel like these players have proven their resiliency?
Well, yeah, I think that we've been this way for a long time, in my opinion. It's what our guys are made of, and they understand that. And look, the best part of all of this, we're in playoff football right now. That's where we're at. We're in December, and our schedule says that. Man, we play tough opponent after tough opponent after tough. We got another one. We got plenty coming up. So, and this is the type of stuff that you live for, and it's also the type of stuff that gets you ready for the tournament. So, yeah, we're a resilient bunch, and nothing's going to change that. We got to worry about the one in front of us.
To build up more guys,
to build up that, teams that have success in December that keep ascending, what do they do different than the teams that stagnate or maybe don't make the strides?
Well, I think there's a number of things that can come into that. You know, the easy answer to that is you know, you don't do the things you were doing early in the season. You know, that could be one. The other is you are, but yet all of a sudden you lose a little confidence in a couple of areas that are critical to your team. You know, for whatever reason, you just kind of, like the golfer that starts getting the shanks. That can happen, and it's okay, though. You'll get out of it as long as you trust the work you're putting in every week. So I think it's all about just putting your best foot forward, and literally it's the one in front of you. It's the practice in front of you. It's you know, if we're going to walk through, then it's got to be so freaking detailed and on point, and guys got to take it serious, which our guys have done. And then when we practice, like, we either walk or we go. And we're not doing the, hey, we're going to practice, but it's you're getting one or the other. And so when we go, we get full reps and we get a good look at it, and because that gives you confidence. And so you take it week to week, day to day, and you don't worry about anything else. And how do we get a little bit better than we were last week?
You added 4 to the roster this week. Do you have a sense on which of those 4 are able to maybe contribute this week in some shape or fashion?
Yeah, I think there's a chance all 4 could help us.
In terms of the injuries you do have, do you have a clearer picture on whether any of the guys that missed practice yesterday might be available for it?
Yeah, I don't feel as good about Decker, for this week. There'll be a lot more that goes down today. I felt like CD looked pretty good yesterday, looked real good actually. So barring nothing else today in practice, I feel pretty good there. And I think the rest of it's gonna take a minute here, see what today and tomorrow look like.
DJ Reader, I saw him pop up.
Yeah. Well, I don't see him practice today either, and he's kind of a day-to-day deal here.
I know everybody's really looking forward to the mini-bye in some way to take a step away from football. Without Lions football on Sunday, some fans are putting together a Dan Campbell look-alike contest. I'm just curious, regardless of the physical assets, I'm curious what you think is essential to emulating the essence of what Dan Campbell, the coach, stands for.
I don't know why you'd waste your time with that. There's got to be better things to do than, unless the prize is something worth having. I don't know. Is there a legitimate prize to it? Maybe I'll get in it.
Sam and Jack were roommates at Iowa, both team captains. I'm just wondering what you learned about them and their relationship during the pre-draft process.
They're very competitive, and they're very competitive against each other. Both smart guys, driven, resilient, hard workers. I mean, they're very much the same in that way. And for as competitive, I would just bring it up, for as competitive as they are against an opponent, when you put those two against each other, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's something else. It's pretty good. So, but just, the type of guys that they do stuff right, man. And they're reliable. They're reliable. You can trust the work they're going to put into it and the type of production they're going to give you. All right.